Kabayan Treats, online variety show from Philippines to UAE. Let's
Thank
treat
you for
ourselves.
staying with us. This is the Top 100, the online reveal of the Top 100 Kasambahay in the Middle East. Uulitin ko, hindi po kaya ni Kabayan Rico na basahin yung 101 live. No? Kaya today, ang babasahin ko po ay 1 to 50 lang. And on Tuesday afternoon at 2 in the afternoon, yung 51 to 100 will read it there. No? Kaya abangan po yung episode 2 natin ng Top 100 Kasambahay in the Middle East. For those who are sending their entries, maraming salamat po for answering the call. We actually posted several times na ito po ay bilang pasasalamat natin at i-recognize yung mga kasambahay who really serve different families here, anywhere in the world. Kaya ito, number 29 in our list, Rita Calma Colyarga. Rita is from Tarlac and dedicated 12 years of her life working as a kasambahay in Oman, the only country where she has worked abroad. She currently serves as an all-around kasambahay for an Oman Black American employer, carrying out her responsibilities with dedication and perseverance. Rita chose to work overseas with one clear purpose: to give her children the opportunity to study, graduate, and build a better life, believing that every hardship can be endured when it is for the sake of a family. Her greatest sacrifice has been living far away from her loved ones and carrying the deep longing that comes with separation. But her children and grandchildren remain her greatest inspiration and source of strength. Through faith in the Almighty, Rita continues to face every challenge with courage while maintaining almost daily communication with her family to keep their bond strong despite the distance. Number 30 is Rose Belia Combong. Rose is from Sibalom, Antique, and has dedicated 21 years of her life working as a kasambahay in the United Arab Emirates, the only country where she has worked abroad, caring for children under a Dutch family, Irish, and British employers. Inspired by her children, Rose endured the pain of homesickness and the years of separation because she wanted to give her family a better future while considering herself fortunate to have employers who treated her like a member of their families and placed great trust in her. Her greatest achievement is reflected in the education of her children, as her years of hard work helped five of them complete degrees in computer engineering, criminology, information technology, business administration, and nursing, with her youngest also expected to graduate from nursing. Through her sacrifice, Rose was also able to acquire her own house and establish a small store, creating additional stability of her family. Beyond her work as a kasambahay, Rose is an active member of the Filipino SocialClub, serves as president of the Filipino Kasambahay Club, and is the founder and president of the Antique Dubai Group. Number 31 is Helen de Guzman. Helen is from Angat, Bulacan, and dedicated 10 years of her life working abroad as a kasambahay across 5 countries, and is currently based in Oman, where she works for an Omani employer handling cooking, laundry, and other household responsibilities. Helen chose to work overseas with one clear purpose: to help her children complete their education and eventually secure good jobs and better opportunities in life. Although she did not identify any particular hardship, being separated from her children and family remains an important sacrifice, one that she continues to endure through prayer, faith in God, and determination. Number 32 is Jessica de la Cruz. Jessica is from Patnongon, Antique, and has dedicated 5 years of her life working abroad as a Kasambahay across 2 countries and is currently based in Dubai, where she performs all-around household duties for a Filipino employer. Jessica chose to work overseas to provide for her family needs, accepting the demanding responsibility that come with being a kasambahay, including insufficient sleep and excessive workload that tests both her physical and mental endurance. Her greatest sacrifice has been giving her mind and body to the demands of work while living away far from the family she loves. But her children and loved ones remain her greatest source of strength and motivation. Number 33 is Marilyn Destreza. Marilyn is from Novaliches, Quezon City, and Lawag, Ilocos Norte, and has dedicated 22 years of her life working abroad as a kasambahay across 3 countries and is currently based in Bahrain, where she works as a cook for a Bahraini employer. Marilyn chose to work overseas with one clear purpose: to support her children's education and give them a better future, willingly enduring the pain of separation from her children and family while dedicating her earnings primarily to their studies rather than building personal investment. One of the greatest challenges comes during the demanding Ramadan season when work becomes especially exhausting, but through daily prayer to God and her unwavering hope of seeing her children complete their education, she continues to persevere. You are watching the top 100 Kasambahay in the Middle East. To all the hardworking Filipinas in the Middle East, you spend every day taking care of others, but remember, your own wellness matters too. That is why Sante Barley UAE is proud to support today's event. Sante is known as the Barley Authority, bringing you premium young barley grass grown in New Zealand, where the clean environment and ideal growing conditions help preserve its freshness and quality. To order or learn more about the opportunity from Sante, you can visit their office at the 8th floor, Al Musa Tower 1, Sheikside Road, Dubai, or contact or just visit the Sante Barley UAE Facebook page. Ako, mukhang yung boses ko, no? You are watching the top 100 Kasambahay in the Middle East with Kabayan Rico. Number 34 in our list, Divina Valdez Domingo from Bayongbong, Nueva Vizcaya, has dedicated 25 years of her life working abroad across Singapore, Jordan, Qatar, Hong Kong, China, and the United Arab Emirates, and is currently based in Dubai under a Tadbir visa while waiting for a new employer after completing her previous contract. Throughout her remarkable journey as a Kasambahay, Divina has worked tirelessly to give her children the better future she never had, having experienced poverty and unstable housing during her childhood years. Her sacrifice included enduring illness, fatigue, insufficient rest, and even undergoing surgery for an ovarian cyst while continuing to pursue her responsibilities and dreams for her family. On difficult days, the words "Mama, kaya mo yan" from her children during video calls gave her the strength to continue, while prayer and determination and trust in God help her overcome every challenge. Number 35 is Clarice Balsi Dorado. Clarice is from Daet, Camarines Norte and has dedicated an extraordinary 34 years of her life working abroad as a Kasambahay across 4 countries and is currently based in the United Arab Emirates, where she works for a British employer handling, cleaning, laundry, cooking, child care, dog care, and other household responsibilities. Inspired by her children's parents and a sibling with disability, Clarissa endured some of the most difficult realities of overseas domestic work, including abuse from employers, insufficient food, being required to continue working despite illnesses, headaches, and dizziness, even reaching moments when she feared she might not return to the Philippines alive. Despite this painful experience, she remains strong for her family and credits the Lord God for sustaining her health, courage, and physical strength throughout her long journey abroad. Stay where you are because Kabayan Rico will be back with Kasambahay number 36, 36 when we return. For staying with us, welcome back to the top 100 Kasambahay in the Middle East. Ulitin ko po, today, ang babasahin po ni Kabayan Rico ay from 1 to 50. On Tuesday at 2 in the afternoon, babasahin ko po yung 51 until 100 kasi napaus na yung boses, di na kaya kung diretso kayo, no? Speaking of Kasambahay, I'd like to greet, no? Bukas pa ang birthday nito, but I'd like to take this opportunity to greet her in advance. Si Mary Ann Bellarmino, celebrating her birthday tomorrow. Yan. If you are a friend of Mary Ann, greet her in advance as well. So let's continue. Number 36 in our list is Maria Cynthia Eristingcol Duga from La Paz, Iloilo. Dedicated 16 years of her life working abroad in Riyadh and the United Arab Emirates, is currently based in Dubai, where she works as an all-around household helper for an Indian employer. Cynthia left the Philippines with one clear goal: to help their 4 children complete their education, a dream that required extraordinary sacrifice and courage. During her time in Riyadh, she cleaned 4 houses with little rest, survived mainly on noodles and eggs, and slept beneath staircase without air conditioning, while even communication with her family was severely restricted as cell phone use was not allowed. Her most painful experience came when her contract ended and her employer initially refused to let her return home, leading her to stop eating for 3 days before she was finally allowed to leave. Through all this hardship, Cynthia found strength in her love for her children and remained determined to fulfill her purpose. Her sacrifice were awarded when all the 4 of her children graduated from college, while she was also able to acquire a small house, giving her family a lasting symbol of the years she endured abroad. Number 37 is Rubilin Eli Dioneda. Rubilin is from Sorsogon City and has dedicated 2 years of her life working as a kasambahay in Qatar, the only country where she worked abroad, and currently cared for a child under a Qatari employer. Inspired by fellow OFWs who continue to remain strong despite being separated from their families, Rubilin chose to work overseas to help build a better future for her loved ones, especially her children. Her journey has not been easy as she endured homesickness while battling COVID, continued working despite extreme weakness, and faced nearly 18-hour workdays, and inadequate sleep. When her employers noticed her condition, she was finally allowed to rest for 3 days, but throughout her struggles, prayer remained her constant source of guidance and her children her greatest motivation. Number 38 in the list is Grace Tuastumban Flores. Grace is from Ibabao Pardo, Cebu City, has dedicated nearly 10 years of her life working abroad in Saudi Arabia, Qatar, including Riyadh and Dammam, and is currently based in Qatar, where she handles cleaning, cooking, and child care for a Tunisian German employer. Grace chose to work overseas because of her two children, only nephew, and only sibling, determined to provide support and a better future for the family she loves. Her journey was marked by a serious health challenge when she developed a blood clot and anemia requiring a month of hospitalization, followed by 3 difficult months of administering injections to herself every morning and evening. Despite the pain and fear, Grace found strength through courage, prayer, and the love of her family, continuing her journey even while carrying the emotional burden of a family separation and personal struggles. Number 39 is Jennifer Rojas Fuego. Jennifer Fuego is from Mindoro, has dedicated 9 years and 9 months of her life working as a Kasambahay in Dubai, the only country where she has worked abroad, and currently performs all around household duties for a Filipino employer. Jennifer chose to work overseas because of her 5 children, leaving them while they were still young so she could support their needs and education. One of the most difficult periods of her journey came during her first 3 months abroad when she has no telephone and could not communicate with her children, making the distance and homesickness even more painful. She coped by focusing on her responsibilities and devoting her time and attention to the child in her care, eventually reconnecting with her children. And after 6 months, through evening calls, despite the challenge of the time difference. You are still watching the top 100 kasambahay in the Middle East with Kabayan Rico. Uulitin ko po, no? 1 to 50 lang ang kaya natin basahin dahil may ubo po tayo at yung boses natin namamalat. On Tuesday, I will be reading the 51 to 50 to complete the top 100 kasambahay in the Middle East. Number 40 in the list is Lebelita Galandes, and she hails from Cagayan Valley and dedicated 18 years of her life working abroad as a nanny across 3 countries and is currently based in Dubai and where she cares for a newborn under a Lebanese Tunisian employer. Libelita chose to work overseas with one heartfelt goal: to support her child's education and keep the dream of becoming a lawyer within reach. Her journey came with faithful sacrifice, including spending several years away without seeing her child so she could save money while also enduring financial difficulties and repeatedly being shouted at by employer and even the children under her care. One of the most painful experience was learning and her child had been mistreated while staying under the care of her sibling, a situation that caused her deep emotional pain as a mother who was far away. Through prayer, faith in God, and determination to remain strong, Levelita continued working and facing each challenge with her child remaining her greatest source of strength, and the two of them communicating through daily chats. Stay where you are because we will be right back with Kasambahay number 41 when Kabayan Rico
Kabayan Treats,
returns.
Online
Kabayan,
variety show
punta
from
na.
Philippines to UAE. Let's treat ourselves.